Welcome back to our channel. Today's video is 100 facts about smartphones. 1. The first smartphone was the Simon, released in 1994 by Bell South. 2. The most popular smartphone ever is the iPhone 4, with more than 150 million units sold worldwide. 3. The average person checks their smartphone 150 times a day. 4. The average smartphone user spends about 3 hours a day on their device. 5. There are more than 2.5 billion active smartphones in the world. 6. The average smartphone contains over 40,000 lines of code. 7. The Apple iPhone was the first smartphone to introduce the use of a touchscreen. 8. The world's first 5G smartphone was released in 2019. 9. In 2010, Apple released the first mobile app store. 10. Over 2 million apps are available on the Apple App Store. 11. The Google Play Store has over 2.9 million apps available to download. 12. The most downloaded app of all time is Facebook, with over 2 billion downloads. 13. In 2018, mobile phones accounted for 51.2% of all web traffic worldwide. 14. On average, people spend over 4 hours a day on their mobile phones. 15. The first mobile game was Snake, released in 1997 on the Nokia 6110. 16. The most popular mobile game of all time is Angry Birds, with over 3 billion downloads. 17. The most popular social media app is Facebook, with over 2.2 billion monthly active users. 18. In 2018, the average price of a smartphone was $378. 19. The average cost of a smartphone in 2020 is $400. 20. Smartphones have become so popular that over 2/3 of all phone calls in the US are now made on smartphones. 21. Over 60% of all emails are now opened on mobile devices. 22. Around 70% of all online searches are now conducted on smartphones. 23. Over 70% of all online shopping is now done on mobile devices. 24. The average person spends over 4 hours a day using their smartphone. 25. Over 50% of all videos are now watched on mobile devices. 26. Smartphones use more than 7 times the amount of data than a basic feature phone. 27. Over 80% of all photos taken are now done on mobile devices. 28. There are more than 1.2 billion mobile phone users in the US. 29. Over 80% of all mobile apps are free to download. 30. The average person spends 90 minutes a day using apps on their smartphone. 31. The average person spends over $100 a year on in-app purchases. 32. Apple and Google control over 99% of the global mobile operating system market. 33. The iPhone was the first smartphone to include a front-facing camera. 34. The average smartphone battery lasts about 10 hours on a single charge. 35. The average person unlocks their smartphone over 60 times a day. 36. Smartphones now account for over 65% of all digital media time. 37. The average person spends over 3 hours a day on their smartphone. 38. Over 95% of all text messages are now sent from smartphones. 39. Over 70% of all phone calls are now made on smartphones. 40. Over 70% of all digital photos are now taken on smartphones. 41. Over 80% of all social media interactions are now done on smartphones. 42. Over 60% of all emails are now opened on smartphones. 43. The iPhone was the first smartphone to include a fingerprint scanner. 44. Smartphones now account for more than 50% of all online purchases. 45. The average person spends more than 2 hours a day playing games on their smartphone. 46. The average person sends over 40 text messages a day from their smartphone. 47. Smartphones have more computing power than the computers used to land Apollo 11 on the moon. 48. The iPhone was the first smartphone to include a virtual assistant, Siri. 49. The average person spends more than 1 hour a day on their smartphone browsing the web. 50. Over 80% of all video content is now watched on mobile devices. Like, comment and share with your family and friends. Subscribe to our channel for UK